Again, good morning. Welcome to Sowela Technical Community College. Sowela is very fortunate to be one of the few colleges with an aviation program who has a working jumbo jet. This is not a static display. This jet still works. Okay, good morning everyone. We will try to not keep you out in this heat any longer than we have to because I realize it's brutally hot this morning, but welcome to Louisiana. So again, good morning, welcome to Sowela Technical Community College. Believe me, it's a great day to be at Sowela, not just because of our new J-Star jet, but I'm happy to say that our enrollment this morning, this is the first week of fall semester. Our enrollment this morning compared to this time in 23 is up 8%. Compared to 2022, 16%. And compared to 2021, 21.5%. So we're steady growing. But again, thank you for joining us for this second ceremony. This is the second ceremony we've had focusing on our new addition, the Boeing 707. And before we get started, I want to recognize a few people. I always have to do this because I don't want to make anyone mad before we hear. So first of all, Mayor, thank you for joining us. Tony Guillory, Calcasieu Police Jury. Our foundation board members, Rebecca Bonio, Judge Ron Richard, Field Lamont, Elizabeth McLaughlin. Let's see, Woody Daigle from Senator Kennedy's office. Woody, thanks for being here. Lee Turner from Senator Cassidy's office. Lexi Jackson, I think Lexi's here from Senator Stein's office. Lexi, thank you for being here. Willie Mount, everyone knows Willie, former senator, former mayor of Lake Charles, and also representing the LCTCS Board of Supervisors, our home system. Devin Hyde, CEO of Lake Charles Memorial Health System. Thanks, Devin, for being here. And I don't know if James is here. James DeSormo. He is from the Louisiana Federal Surplus Agency who made this donation possible. But just a little clarification. At our last ceremony, I announced that this jet was valued at about $35 million. That was the largest donation ever made to Sowela. Well, a few months ago, the Louisiana Agency for Surplus Property contacted us and said they'd made a mistake on valuing this property. So the new value of this jet, according to the state of Louisiana, is $75 million. So a $40 million increase is nice until you start to insure it, and it's not so nice. So thank you very much for that increased cost. But as you can see, it's undergone a nice paint job. And I want to thank Tyson. I don't know if Tyson is here. Gretzenbach, Tyson's here. Thank he and his team from Landlock Aviation for just transforming this plane. It looks beautiful. But we all know when you're creating a new design or you're building a house, it all starts with the plan and the design. And the design for this jet was created by our own Eric Jessen. Eric, stand up. Eric is one of our instructors in our Digital Arts and Communications program. A few other people I'd like to thank. Again, thanks to the Louisiana State Agency for Surplus Property, James DeSormo. Don't know if James is here, but thank you, James. And also a big thank you to the United States Air Force. And there's a number of divisions in the Air Force who are responsible for this. First of all, the J-Stars Program Depot Maintenance Integrated Program Team, the Joint Stars Branch C-21SR Division, the 413th Flight Test Group, and the 339th Flight Test Squadron for delivering this plane to us from its home in Georgia. By the way, many of you know that my home state is from Georgia, so when you look at the plane and you still notice that the word Georgia is painted on the tail, that just signifies where it's from. Not that it has anything to do with me. But last, but definitely not least, I want to thank Kevin Melton, who's unable to be here, and Chenault International Airport, and Millionaire Lake Charles for moving the plane, defueling the plane, refueling the plane, and getting it ready for our students to use. So let's give all these a big hand. Just a few more comments. Sowela is very fortunate to be one of the few colleges with an aviation program who has a working jumbo jet. This is not a static display. This jet still works. It doesn't fly, but the engines still run. They still use all the systems on the plane, and they will continue to use this plane. And the J-Star, this one will provide our instructors and our students a great platform, because you know our students actually become certified by the FAA as airframe and power plant technicians. So this will help them achieve those certifications. And there's something, a personal note here I would like to say personally. This to me symbolizes our continuing progress on the final journey we've taken to recover from Hurricane Laura and Delta. If you'll notice, our old jet, which is parked way across the runway, our old 727, it was severely damaged by Laura, and we couldn't use it anymore. So this jet, to me, makes us whole again. It makes our aviation whole again. So we're very glad for that. One more piece. Everyone's probably tired of hearing about the hurricanes, but if you get a chance and you glance behind you, there's a building that looks like it's not very well maintained. And to our standards, it's not. This is our Calcasieu building, one of the last remnants of the destruction of Hurricane Laura, and I'm happy to say that in 2 to 3 weeks it will be torn down and it'll make way for the new $15 million Calcasieu building that will be ready by December of next year. So we're glad of that. So I'd now like to ask Mr. Robert Noel, he's the Dean of our School of Transportation and Applied Technology, to come forward and make a few comments. Robert?
Thanks, sir. If you're in the aviation maintenance program, can you make some noise for us right now? Can you make some noise, right? Look, I am so thankful to be on Team Sowela, especially to be a part. I mean, I have responsibilities in other departments, and we have wonderful programs here. Of course, I'm going to say that, I'm supposed to, but it's true. And I think the key is awareness, and I'm so thankful for especially the team that put all this together so that we could come together. I hope you take this knowledge about aviation and our aviation program back and share it with other people. Did you know that those folks that just made some noise, they're going to be hired before they're done with this program? The demand for aviation mechanics it's actually greater than that for pilots. And oh, by the way, I look forward to us being a center of excellence for aviation, among other things, but not just in aviation maintenance, but one day at flight school. And I'm sure Mayor Hunter's going to talk about that. I can't wait to be a part of that. But so some things that we've accomplished this year, this is a big one. But like our chancellor said, it looks pretty, but it's not a monument. It is a great monument. It's a great monument to Air Force aviation, to civilian aviation as a Boeing 707. It's a great monument to the spirit of Sowela, right? Aviation has been a part of Sowela since we started here at Chenault. But more importantly, these young men and women, they're going to be starting this thing very soon. Not today, but if you do want to participate in that sometime, there's nothing like bringing to life 4 legacy turbofan engines. I promise you, I'm going to be getting a call from the mayor's office every time we start those engines because they're loud and proud. And there's nothing like the smell of jet fuel in the morning, right? There's nothing like that. Some things that we've done in our program. First of all, first time ever to have a waiting list for our program. First time ever. I'm sad in a way because that means somebody didn't get in. But that just means leadership has a challenge of expanding the program. So you can see some expansion in our program soon. Sowela is an FAA-approved testing center now, so they don't have to travel to Beaumont to take their FAA written test. They don't have to go call the FAA and try to figure out a DME or a designated maintenance examiner to do their final portion, because Mr. Hensley, one of our very own instructors, is a designated maintenance examiner. So this is a one-stop, one-shop aviation training facility. For that, I'm proud. I'm proud of our partners who helped make this possible, and I just look forward to the great things that our students are going to produce. More importantly, we're changing lives. $65,000 starting off. I wish I made that on a 2-year degree, right? But with overtime, 6 figures easy. 6 figures easy. So these young men and women have a bright future ahead, but it won't be easy. Don't give up. If it were easy, everybody'd be doing it. Your program is longer than most. It's 4 semesters now, but you're here 8 to 3. Work hard, and I promise you it's going to pay off. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mr. Doyle. Now, Tyson, if you'd come forward and say a few words. Thanks, Tyson.
Good afternoon, everybody. A bit sweltering. I'll try and make it quick. I'm going to get a couple quick, pick my glasses off here. I'm going to get a couple quick thank yous out to the folks that helped us specifically in the aircraft, and then I'm going to go to the important part, which is the focal point being Sowela and these students and our aviation future. We couldn't do this by ourselves. We had the help of AXA Nobel Aerospace for the paint coating. They were gracious enough to donate the product. We also had Blend Supply, a vendor of ours, provide all the consumable goods, the tape, the paper, the plastic, all the things that we use while processing. And then our neighbors in Scott, Louisiana, an hour from here at Solo Graphics, they did all the graphics. They took the great artwork that the school provided, and then they brought it to life in the pre-mast that we used to paint the logos and livery on the aircraft. And then one other group that we worked with, that we do a lot of work with, for anybody that's seen any of our social media and whatnot, is Media Post. Chris Lagnon and his team at Media Post, they put together great work. They did a great video of the processing of the airplane, some time lapse, some live video that I know has been shared with the chancellor and the school. So hopefully everybody gets a chance to see that soon. Super cool, nice music in the background, a lot of fun. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to kind of thank you for the opportunity to speak, Chancellor, and the other comments that were made, passion and the future of aviation, the demand in aviation, to all the students that are here going through the program, the students to come after you. Demand over supply at record highs, and it's going to carry on for a long time. Partly COVID driven, the pandemic driven, but not entirely that. It's just a change in technology. It's a change in pace. It's a change in world economy. So we look forward to working with any of the students, all the students, for any kind of internship programs. We are painters by trade, but we are actually aircraft maintainers. So we do aircraft maintenance. We've got licensed A&P mechanics with us. So please come visit. You're always welcome. Everybody in the community is welcome. We love taking part in our airport here at Chenault, and that's really all I got to say. And thank you to the team that did all the work. I was just the vehicle. Good luck to the students of Sowela, and hope you love this great looking aircraft back here. One little thing I'm going to add, there's some Easter eggs on the airplane. There's some, and I think it was mentioned, the Georgia on the tail, the original stars and bars. There's actually a painted by date decal on the right hand aft forward. I'm going to talk a little aviation lingo here. Forward of the right hand horizontal stabilizer leading edge. And the date on that's the original painted by when we painted the aircraft in the original Joint Star platform colors in 2015. I believe it was October. That was one of the first airplanes that our company painted at Chenault. That program, your aircraft, your retired aircraft, is what brought us to Lake Charles. So a special spot in our heart for that. some other really neat stuff. Great platform, great program. We can't wait to see what the students do in the future. So that's all I got.
Okay, Mayor Hunter, we appreciate you coming up and making some remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Aspinwall. Good morning, everyone. I use the word partnerships a lot, and my staff pokes fun at me a little bit because I use it so much. But I think that what's happening here on the campus of Chenault and Sowela is really just an example, a case study for what can happen when you get the right people working together, when you get partnerships happening and the right people around the table. I'm so inspired by what's happening out here at the Chenault and Sowela campus. I know as an elected official, you're supposed to have a kind of a mastery of the English language, and you're supposed to be able to use very flowery words when appropriate. I don't know if this is PC, but every time I just think about what's happening with Sowela, I just think about rock stars, rock and roll stars, man. I just feel like Sowela, their administration, their leadership, the vision, the energy, the students, you guys are rock stars. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you all for what you're doing. Also, I want to acknowledge and thank some members of our Mayor's Armed Forces Commission for being here today. We have President James Dodd, Vice President Kelly Massels, and additional Mayor's Armed Forces Commission Mary Lisa Wyatt is here today. President Dodd, Kelly, Mary Lisa, thank you all for joining. Robert mentioned the flight school, and yes, there's more to come with aviation in Southwest Louisiana. When you look at the economy in Southwest Louisiana, we typically have had more of that petrochem backbone, and that's something that has been good to us over the years. But we've got to diversify. We've got to focus on things that will help grow the economy and bring new people here. And that's why I believe aviation is really such low-hanging fruit for us. When the Economic Development Agency called my office a couple years ago, and I think I can say this now because we got the grant, they said, hey, Nick, there's some money left over from some disaster recovery. We'd really encourage you guys to apply for something in Lake Charles. We think y'all would be a perfect fit for some of this. We got to work and we found partners. We found Sowela, we found Chenault, and with the city of Lake Charles, we said, guys, we should have a flight school on this campus. The EDA portion was only a portion. You had to have a local match, and it was significant. So the city included in our bond proposal, which passed in November of last year, thank you, Lake Charles, which passed in November of last year, we included the local match for that flight school. So that flight school is not a dream anymore. It's not an idea that's just sitting on a table. It is something that's happening, and it's happening right here at Sowela and Chenault. I specifically also want to thank Tyson and his team. It is so cool when locals open up businesses in Lake Charles and create job opportunities and job growth. It is equally cool when someone not from Lake Charles makes Lake Charles their home and finds a way to do it. Tyson, thank you for all that Landlocked Aviation is doing here. So keep up the good work. The city's here to support in any way we can. But again, today is really, I think, most about the leadership of Sowela. It's about this team that made what's behind me a possibility. And it's about these men and women who are the future. So to all of you, thank you for being rock stars and job well done. Thank you.
Wow, what a morning. It's not every day that you get to unveil a Boeing 707 aircraft with such a rich history. I don't know if you give just a little history. This plane started in the late 60s with Qantas Airlines, and then was purchased by Korean Airlines, and then it became a part of the United States Air Force J-Star fleet. So rich history on this plane, and we're so very thankful to have it. But I want to say thank you. We have many of our business and industry partners here, and I want to say we could not be successful without you. Our success is by what we do. We provide a trained and skilled workforce for Southwest Louisiana and our business partners. And if you don't hire our graduates, we don't exist. We don't have a mission anymore. So we appreciate you. So I want to thank you for coming again. Appreciate you bearing the heat. because believe me, this is suffering heat. But before you leave, please take a tour of the hangar. If you can stand the heat, take a tour of the 707, and there's refreshments in the hangar. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you.